What's the most unhinged thing you've watched happen at a family event? I was 3 months into planning my wedding, going around the table at a bridal shower asking everyone to guess our first dance song, when I casually mentioned Marcus and I picked Landslide for the ceremony playlist. Everyone smiled. A few people said, "Aw." Then I noticed my cousin Trent staring at me like I'd just used his EBT card at a casino. Trent stood up so fast his chair scraped back across the hardwood. "You can't use that song," he announced to the room. "I've had it reserved." Everyone went quiet. "Reserved?" I asked. "What does that even mean?" Trent squared his shoulders like he was about to deliver closing arguments. "That's been my future wedding song since 2018. I called it years ago." Here's the thing about Trent. Trent had been single for 6 years. Trent's longest relationship in that stretch was 4 months with a woman who left him after he criticized her cooking in front of her entire book club. Trent also regularly announced, unprompted, that he never wanted to get married, that the institution was a scam invented by jewelers. How he'd decided this particular song was spoken for was a mystery to literally everyone at that table. I tried to keep it light because there was still a cake to cut. "Trent, you can still use it whenever you get married. Songs aren't exclusive." "Wrong move." His face went red. "You're stealing my future. You're sabotaging my wedding before it even happens." He pulled out his phone with the energy of a man about to unveil a business plan. "I have a whole list. Songs I've claimed for major life events." He turned the screen toward me. A notes app document with over 300 entries, bullet-pointed, categorized by first dance, father-daughter, and bizarrely, divorce party, hopefully never. My future mother-in-law, who'd spent a month organizing this shower, tried to redirect everyone toward the gift table. Trent spun to face her. "I need you as a witness. This is song theft. Actual theft." My grandmother gently suggested everyone take a breath and remember why we were there. Trent pointed at her like she'd just perjured herself. "You're enabling stolen creative property, Grandma." That's when Marcus, who normally has the confrontational energy of a golden retriever, stood up from where he'd been quietly eating cake. "We're using Landslide," he said flatly. "And you can take your imaginary list and shove it." Someone gasped. Someone else dropped a fork. Trent's jaw actually dropped open. "You'll be hearing from my lawyer," he said, already dialing. "He specializes in intellectual ownership disputes." I remember thinking, what kind of lawyer specializes in wedding song disputes? Trent paced the backyard for 20 minutes, using phrases like conceptual ownership and prior claim establishment, loud enough for the whole party to hear. Eventually, a guy showed up in gym shorts and a hoodie, clearly summoned mid-workout. This was apparently Trent's law school roommate. Trent immediately launched into his case, gesturing at me like a prosecutor unveiling evidence. "She stole the song I've had reserved for my wedding. I need you to explain the legal exposure here." The friend looked at Trent, then at me, then at the entire yard full of people holding gift bags and half-eaten cake. His face moved through confusion, understanding, and finally something like secondhand embarrassment achieving consciousness. "Trent," he said slowly, "is this actually why you called me? This is a serious matter involving stolen creative property within a family unit," Trent insisted. The friend pinched the bridge of his nose. "You called me on a Saturday. You said it was an emergency. I left the gym mid-set for a wedding song." Trent nodded like this was self-evident. "Exactly. She's taking my song." "You don't have a wedding, Trent. You don't have a girlfriend. You told me 2 weeks ago you never want to get married." The yard collectively inhaled. Someone's uncle actually reached for a bag of chips like he'd settled in for a show. "And another thing," the friend continued, clearly not finished, "you cannot legally reserve a song. That's not a real category of ownership. Did you genuinely think you'd trademarked a Fleetwood Mac cover in your notes app?" Trent opened his mouth, closed it, opened it again. What kind of person ruins his cousin's bridal shower over a wedding that doesn't exist, for a fiancé who doesn't exist? He turned to me. "Congratulations. Great song choice." Then back to Trent. "Lose my number? Genuinely consider therapy." The friend left. Trent stood there in the sudden silence, looked around at everyone staring at him, pointed at me one last time and said, "I won't forget this," before storming toward his car. I didn't realize how seriously he meant that until the week before the actual wedding.